Hello and welcome to another Bets Unwrapped episode. I'm your host, Corey Easley. You can find me at CMoney52, and I'm joined by Alex Valdez. You can find him at _Alex Valdez. How's it going, Alex?
It's going well, man. How's everything going for you on vacation?
Yeah, I'm on vacation down south. I don't know. My internet will hold up. I'm hoping it will. So, yeah. Lots of families and kids hanging out and doing stuff here. So, a nice little week away. So, let's hit these props real quick, and so I can get back to the fam.
Yeah, man. Let's pay your mortgage while you're on vacation.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. All right, we got the first game up. It's the Washington football team versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are 1.5 point underdogs in this game. I kind of like the football team in this game. Like, Atlanta's just terrible to bet on. Like, you can't feel good about. I had Atlanta last week and I did not feel good about it. They should have lost that game against the Giants, and yeah, I didn't enjoy that. So the total in this game is 47.5. Is there a side you like or total, or if not, what's the props you like in this game?
I'm with you on the football team as well. Betting on Atlanta this year is probably going to be like betting on the Chargers the last 2 years, where it's just like it looks like it could work, but yeah, it's just not the roller coaster I want to be on. But for the props, you and I are both. I saw that you were both on. We were both on Cordarrelle Patterson, and I got it at 29.5 receiving yards. Yeah. So I jumped on that one. The other ones that I like that were lean. What'd you get it?
Lower than that. I got it lower than that.
Yeah, no, I
26.5.
So jealous. I think Cordarrelle Patterson. I think you could bet this up to 40 at this point. The way it looks like, the way he's getting
that's ridiculous.
Involved. I also like Scary Terry just because I just feel like Heineke's gonna go to him early and often. Your boy Antonio Gibson, like a little bit of a bounce back game with 66.5 yards, over 66.5 yards rushing. And then Logan Thomas over 41.5 yards receiving. So these are props that I bet on Friday. So I don't know if they are still at that point, but I like that Cordarrelle Patterson still lower on your book than it was on my book.
Yeah, I think we put Cordarrelle Patterson in the Power Parlay, and we keep it moving, I think.
Yeah, one. For sure.
So we're gonna put Cordarrelle Patterson, PPR God. I think the top 10 running back in PPR right now. So we're gonna put him in, and we're gonna go to the next game, which is we got. What do I have here? I got Detroit Lions facing off against the Chicago Bears. Just named that Fields will be the starting quarterback. Chicago Bears are 3-point favorites in this one. The Lions getting 3 is paying $1.86. I really want to take Detroit in this game, but the line has moved so much from the look-ahead lines. I believe it was 5.5 look ahead, and now, as you know, it is 3. So I'm probably staying away from this game. I would lean to the Lions, but what are your thoughts on this one? If not anything, tell us your props that you're on.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on leaning with Detroit. I kind of want to stay away from this game just because the Bears were just so atrocious last week. You never know. What if Nagy's like, all right, we'll finally let the kid have the offense that I should have ran out with him last week, and maybe he'll look great this week. But I'd rather not bet on that one. The two props that I really liked in this game. First one, DeAndre Swift over 38.5 receiving yards. He's gotten over that in every single game, and I think in this game yeah. And the only other one I like, because until I know what's going on with that Bears offense, I'm not really touching many of their players. The other one was TJ Hopkinson, 47.5.
You should say TJ Hopkinson.
I have faith in Hopkinson. Yeah.
So TJ Hopkinson is at 50.5 now. Swift's at 36.5. A little under the radar one I like, and I'll probably put this out later if I get time to do it, is Khalif Raymond over 29.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
Might not know who that is, which is fair, because I barely know who that is. So in week 1, he had 3 catches for 50 yards. In week 2, he had 2 for 18. Week 3, he had 6 for 68. So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't even really call him a dark horse, but I guess that's what he would be. But I think 29.5 is, he can catch one bomb for that. You know what I mean? He's a speed guy. So I just started playing with the lines in Madden 22, trying to rebuild.
Oh, jeez.
He's my guy. He's my guy.
Oh, man. God. We're gonna. So we're putting on the Power Parlay then.
No, he's not going to go on the Power Parlay. We had prop stars on last week. He told us about the receiving yards and running backs, but man, it's tough not to go with Swift here at 36.5.
I just feel like Swift is kind of like in that Austin Eckler, like where his role as a receiver is in the game plan. It's not just like a dump off or anything else. Like it's designed to get him in space. So, yeah. I mean, I think Swift's the safe play here. Even though I like Hopkinson in this bounce back game, I think Swift is going to definitely smash that over.
Yeah, especially because I don't think they're going to get a lot done on the ground. I think Swift is a smart play for sure for the Power Parlay. That being said, you know, Khalif Raymond's still there for you. Anyway, Tennessee Titans and New York Jets. This game is gross. The Jets are 6-point underdogs in this game. Tennessee's paying $1.37 on the money line. This is a tough game just because A.J. Brown, Julio Jones are out. We saw everyone other than those guys score last week. It was just, it was a very strange kind of game. I like the Titans, but yeah, it's interesting to see. What your thoughts are on this game?
The Jets literally has another game against a team that has the majority of their starting receivers out, which is literally A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. If you remember, the Browns last year basically faced the Jets with literally just Nick Chubb and I think what Donovan Peoples-Jones and Kareem Hunt. They were really limited because of a COVID protocol. So I would kind of lean for the Jets to cover, only because, again, you're not really going to stop Henry. But if he's the only one going, like, what's the total on this game?
The total is, let me check. The total in this game.
It's 44.5.
Yeah.
I would kind of lean the under here too. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. Derrick Henry as a prop scares me in this game, just because everyone knows it's the ball's going to him. So I just don't know if I expect him to just smash it, but again, I just feel like it's a trap. But my favorite prop in this game is Corey Davis over 4.5 receptions. Now I got it at plus odds at paying $2.20. I don't know if you have it on your book at that point, but I really like that one as for Wilson to kind of lean on him in this game. And if it's the game,
3.5.
3.5. Okay. There's no alt receptions.
Nope. Alt receiving. No alt receptions. Tier.
What'd you have for this game?
Not a lot. I have Michael Carter receiving yards, which is stay away for.
But, no thanks.
8.5. It's 8.5.
God, that sounds like a Derrick Henry trap.
Oh, well, speaking of Derrick Henry, his receiving yards is at 19.5 now. It was 18.5 yesterday. I did look at it. I was hoping for 12.5 again. No such luck. The Nick Westbrook Akini, I think his last name is. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Hot dynasty waiver ad this week.
Yeah, I add him everywhere. It was great. He's at 35.5, which is a little bit interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we go on this one. As for props, I mean, what's anytime touchdown for Derrick Henry?
Oh, it's got to be like negative
a dollar,
$3.50 or something.
$1.50.
Dollars.
No, that's boosted, but you got to play that as a single, so it's $1.50.
Oh, jeez.
Not great.
No.
We could do anytime touchdown and Tennessee win, $2. Derrick Henry. Two for the price of one.
Oh God, because like this is just one of those situations where I think the injury spot just makes all the props kind of so volatile. I mean,
Yep.
God, I would hate to play Corey Davis over 3.5, even though I think that's going to be a smash.
Well, we just do that. It's $1.65. We lose on $1.65 leg, then so be it.
We'll make an exception for this game, but we definitely want to try to get values. What's Ferkser's receiving yards just for fun? Just curious what it's at right now.
Are we really talking about Ferguson right? Oh, I suppose we'll look at it.
I just want to see if it's gone up from where it was yesterday, because I didn't have it on my leans. God, even then he's coming off injuries. Yeah, no, let's go Corey Davis. And if he doesn't come through, then this whole game is just a trap for the Power Parlay.
Yeah, it's not fun. I mean, we could always throw in the Tennessee money line as well if you wanted to boost it a little bit, but we might find a couple props in another game that we like and we can throw in there.
Yeah. I had some plus money on a few props I like in the other games.
All right, cool. So we're going to move on to the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. Cleveland Browns are 1-point favorites in this one. They're paying $1.85 on the money line. The Vikings have steadily climbed back in this one as far as handicapping goes. They're up to $1.96, getting 1 point and $1.90. The total in this game is at, what is the total? 51.5. The over paying $1.91, the under paying $1.89. So some variance there, nothing crazy. I kind of like the Vikings in this spot. What do you think about this game?
I don't have a clear read. I want to lean the Browns, but even then, I'm not really confident in it. So this game is just a stay away from me.
All right, fair enough. As far as props go, I like Kirk Cousins. Passing yards over 280.5, $1.79. I just think he's on a burner right now. I think this game could tend to a lot of points. As we saw with the total, it's 51.5. So I could see them having to pass in this game or getting down. I could see the Browns trying to pound the ball with Chubb and Hunt, and their Viking secondary is not very good at all. So I could see the Browns scoring some points in this game. If the Vikings have to catch up, or they just have to, hold the course, they start boat racing each other. I think Cousins goes over this pretty easily.
Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely like that play. I also like Nick Chubb over 82.5 yards rushing. Mr. Reliable. If it's still at that line, I love it. And I also had Odell Beckham Jr. over 67.5 receiving yards and
65.5 for me.
Oof, I like that still. Even more, excuse me. OBJ over 4.5 receptions, and then I did have Adam Thielen over 5.5 receptions, but I could see that one possibly having, because it's been so good that the fact that it's still plus money might be that Vegas trap you're talking about. Your favorite game of the week.
Yeah, we'll get there, but Odell's still at 65.5 here. I agree with you. I like OBJ 65.5. I like OBJ's over 4.5 receptions. That seems way too low. That seems like an absolute, perfect play. Hunt over 2.5 receptions is paying $1.95. I like that. So there's a lot to like in this game. So you like Chubb it's 78.5. So you like Chubb at 78.5.
Oh, I absolutely love it. 100%. I think that's a smash play right there.
All right. So Chubb, we'll put Chubb in, and we'll also take. All right. We'll take either OBJ or Cousins. What do you think?
I'd probably lean OBJ. I feel like they're really gonna get creative in getting him the ball, especially with the way the Browns have used OBJ over the first few years. If they don't figure out how to get him involved now, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's goodbyes to OBJ. He's gonna, because isn't OBJ on his last year?
I believe they can. Yeah, I think he might be actually.
So
shout out to Massacre in the comments, by the way.
How badly will the Packers beat the Steelers, Alex? Matt, you're talking kind of tough for somebody whose quarterback debated playing for them or playing Jeopardy. So,
all right. We're not going to get into the watch more because we already know that answer. But all right, we will. Actually, we'll just keep Chubb in. I don't want to double up here if we're not confident in it. So we will not double up there, and we'll go to the next game, which is going to be. I believe we got the Colts and the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are paying $1.68 on the money line. They're 2.5 point favorites against the Colts. I kind of like the Colts in this game. I think they have had a tough schedule so far, and this is a time when they can start playing the way that they're supposed to be playing. Who do you like in this game and why?
Did you see the do you still like the Colts even with Nelson being put on IR today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since I knew you were on vacation, I didn't know if maybe you got all the notifications today.
I mean, I'm trying to hang in there, man. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. I still, Matt. We're moving on, Matt.
Man.
Yeah, I still like the Colts in this one. Jacoby Brissett's the quarterback. I guess this is a revenge game for him.
He definitely tuned in to the live stream because he was on a mission to get the over on the rush yards against you.
Yeah, I know. It's classic. Guy runs like a 5 flat 40, and he's out there running around. So good to see. I think Eli Manning is actually faster than him. But anyway, whoa. As for player props in this one, is Carson Wentz is good to go, right?
I believe so. I don't think there's anything saying that there's a possibility he won't play. So I'm pretty sure he's locked in.
All right, cool. So I like Michael Pittman over 48.5 yards receiving. I think it's low because of the Dolphins secondary, but the Dolphins secondary really hasn't shut down top receivers on any team this year. So, 48.5 seems pretty low, especially if he's going to get targets. I like Waddle over 3.5 receptions, and that's pretty much all I had in this game.
I like Gesicki over 3.5 receptions. I was getting 224 on that. Don't know if it's available like that on your book. Yeah, I kind of did lean on the reception market on this one. I like Devontae Parker over 3.5, Pittman over 4.5. On the book I use, it was 49.5 for Pittman. And then Jaylen Waddle over 4.5. That might just be me liking the way Brissett leaned on him so heavy last week. Yeah. And my little Khalif Raymond type play that I really liked this week was Mo Alley Cox over 10.5 yards receiving.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. That's
I don't have Mo Alley, which is weird. Did you say Gesicki over 3.5?
Yeah.
What was your thought? Because that's pretty good value. That's $2.26.
So, Brissett, because in the first game with Tua, he didn't really give the looks to Gesicki. He gave him 3 targets. It didn't come down with anything, but Brissett targeted him 12 times. Even if that's cut in half, I still can see him coming down with at least 4 receptions. I feel like they're going to do a little dink and dunk stuff with Brissett, so I think Gesicki's a good value right there. Yeah,
we're going to take that value. We're going to put it in the Power Parlay. At $2.26, I think it's just too that's too rich to kind of pass up. So we're going to take the
Yeah.
value with Gesicki, and that play and put in a power parlay. And we're going to move on from the Dolphins game, and we're going to head to Carolina Panthers and Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are 4-point favorites in this one. The number one defense in the National Football League, Carolina Panthers, are going to get a real test this weekend against this high-powered Dallas offense. What are the props that you like in this game?
There's two that really caught my eye. Everything else is a little too close for comfort on the line, but I like DJ Moore over 78.5 yards receiving. I think with McCaffrey going down, Darnold went to him early and often, and with that play, I also like Sam Darnold over 268.5 passing yards. I think the passing offense will really get a boost, and I'm sure we'll probably see the Robbie Anderson supporters revive from the grave when he gets a couple of licks this week.
I do agree with you that, Robbie Anderson's probably in for an uptick in production just because of the CMC injury. Chubb Hubbard's back there. Terrace Marshall's a little bit interesting to me. Can you just pull up Terrace Marshall's game log for me? He's currently 42.5. I was kind of doubting him early on, but I think because his total has usually been around like 38.5 or so this is boosted a little bit, but 42.5 seems very gettable.
So he's in week 1, 6 targets, 3 receptions, 26 yards. Following week, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 17 yards. And this past week, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 48 yards. So he's getting some looks in this offense for sure.
Yeah, it's not quite there yet. Like, I'm not confident in it, but just keep an eye out for Terrace Marshall going forward. It'll be interesting to see how the targets get distributed in this game. The usual CeeDee Lamb receiving yards is pretty much where it's always at. It's at 74.5. I really want to take it again. I know he just missed it, I think, last week. Dak Prescott passing yards is at 288.5. Like, this Carolina defense is essed out, as they say up front. I really don't think they're going to get a lot done in the run game. So I do think Dak's going to have to chuck it around. And 288.5 seems gettable in this game. Dak passing TDs at 1.5. I kind of like that as well, but it's not paying very well. It's $1.50. Sam Darnold passing TDs is over 1.5. Is paying $1.87. What's the play?
I mean, I'm willing to go with CD on this one. I do like him more than Cooper. I still think Cooper's probably nursing those that rib injury.
Yeah, I'm not playing. I'm not betting anything Amari Cooper. That's a fact. We're gonna put CD in there.
Yeah, let's put CD in there.
I don't trust Cooper as far as I can throw him. He's very far, I don't think. All right, we got the Giants and the Saints. And the Saints are 7-point favorites against this Giants team who haven't won a game yet. Seems a bit high. At the same time, I get it. What in this Giants-Saints game, what are you looking at?
This game, I'm looking for Alvin Kamara to get the carries on the ground. I like over 73.5 rush yards.
Same.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. That's when we got there. I also like Daniel Jones over 23.5 yards rushing. I thought they'd have the line a little higher, to be honest.
Up to 26.5 now.
Okay. And then Marquez Callaway. That one's more of a dart. I would never put that in the power parlay until I see him get a consistent role, but that's one I'm kind of leaning on. Jameis Winston over 1.5 pass touchdowns, paying $2.04 when I got it. And then I also like Daniel Jones over 22.5 pass completions. So those are like my plays and leans.
Yeah, I don't mind those at all. I got Kamara, and that's probably the only thing I was really looking at as far as props go here. I think it's just a bit dicey. Obviously, Kenny Galladay is interesting at 60.5. But he's got to deal with very good corner with the Saints. So just, yeah, it's going to be tough sledding here. I think Saquon receiving is interesting as well at 29.5. He's being way more involved in the passing game. His receptions at 3.5, I think he goes over that. So it's $1.64 though, so we won't be adding it to the Power Parlay, but I think he has 5 or 6 catches in this game easily. So keep an eye out for that. If you're willing to take that one, we'll just put Kamara in 76.5.
Yeah, let's lock that one in.
Yeah, because his carries have been steadily going up. He's had 2 20-plus carry games. If he gets anywhere near 20 carries, I expect him to have over 70 yards against this Giants defense that is just not very good. So I like that play. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Chiefs are giving 7 points to the Eagles in this game. I like the Chiefs to come out and just kind of run ramshot against this Eagles team. As for props, what do you like in this game?
My favorite play of this game is Dallas Goddard at over 30.5 yards receiving. He was getting some looks last week. I know Ertz is forever and always will be a thorn in his possible tight end one production, but 30.5 is very manageable for a tight end like Dallas. I got Kelsey early at 90.5. I'm pretty sure it's like at 92 or 93. Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 passing touchdowns.
89.
You're what?
89.
Oh, he's at 89. Oh, I wonder what that dropped. Mahomes over 2.5 passing touchdowns. I just think it's one of those games where the Chiefs are just gonna come out with all cylinders after. I mean, they're last in the division, so Andy Reid and Mahomes are gonna let that continue. Which with that kind of urgency, I like Mahomes over 14.5 rush yards. And a little dynasty favorite, Quez Watkins, over 24.5 yards receiving as one of those like darts.
Yeah, I definitely like the Quez Watkins call. And Goddard I do like as well. I had 2 Eagles props. I didn't have any Chiefs props, and it was Devontae Smith over 49.5 yards receiving, and I had Jalen Hurts over 20.5 completions, because I think they're gonna have to play catch up here.
Yeah, I agree.
20.5 is kind of where they're going to be. I think he goes over that. He's gone over that in 2 to 3 games so far, way over that. So I like that call on that one. So. All right, what's going on?
They clearly didn't give the rock to Miles Sanders last week, so I don't think in a game where the Chiefs might be urgently trying to score, they're going to have too much game script to give him too many carries. So I like Hurts pass completions. I like Kelsey at 89. I'm glad that actually is available at that. And Dallas Goddard, I like that one a lot too. I feel like there's going to be a lot of passing yards in this game.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So what goes in?
I feel like Dallas is a good play just because it just seems like I think he's gonna like it's one of the ones that I even wrote an article about. So I'm really confident in this Dallas Goddard play.
All right, we'll put.
You want to add a second one?
Sure.
Little tight end duo.
Sure. We go Dallas and Kelsey. Both put them both into the Power Parlay, and we'll go to the next game. You're happy with that, right?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go to the next game, which is the Texans and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 17.5 point favorites in this game. I'm taking the Texans plus 17.5. Gave you that pick for the Super Contest. Like, it's not going to be fun. It's probably not going to go exactly the way the plan, but that's where I'm leaning. So, who do you like in this game? Obviously, the Bills.
I mean, if we're going money line, but yeah, I think 17.5. That's just a lot to cover in the NFL. If this is college football, I'd smash that over, but I don't know. It's the NFL, man. I don't know. 18 points. It's a tough one. I'd want to lean Texans with you, but I'm just staying away from this game. Just too Too lopsided of a spread for me.
Yeah, it's a fair call. As for props in this one, I had Dawson Knox. Are we just gonna go tight ends now? And this is reminiscent of week one now. Dawson Knox over 2.5 receptions is at I got it at $2.26. It's down to $2.16, so not much movement. Over 2.5 catches. And then my guy Brandon Cooks, of course, but he's got a tough matchup. And he's down to 68.5. It was up, I think it was around 70 yesterday, down to 68.5. Tre'Davious White is a problem. If he can come up with 70 yards in this game, he is officially matchup proof forever and always.
Yeah. I also had Dawson Knox. I had his receiving yards. I got it at 23.5. I think in these type of games, they're going to just have their way with the defense, which I think Dawson Knox will get some looks in this offense. My favorite play, though, Emmanuel Sanders over 46.5 yards receiving. I like that one. I liked Cole Beasley over 5.5 receptions. I liked his receiving total as well at over 56.5. Josh Allen.
The only thing that worries me is that if the Bills blow these guys out, are they going to be chucking the ball around still? Like, I feel like Beasley's good, but I feel like, I don't know. I'm just a little bit worried about the game script in this one and how that all plays into it. Like, if I could get Zach Moss, there's no Zach Moss props. Like, Devin Singletary, like, please, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, I saw his prop, and it's on my lean list, but I didn't even bet it because it's hard to really. I'm just waiting for Devin Singletary to let us down again.
I would go.
Well, I was at 47. Under. It was 47.5 when it came out on Friday, or when I saw it on Friday.
Devin Singletary under.
Oh God, I don't want to go under against this defense for some reason. I'm just like, oh God.
He just.
I mean, honestly. I wouldn't hate. Why not? Zach Moss is really, after that weird week one situation. I don't know. He's probably out. Zach Moss, Elijah Mitchell, not Elijah. Trey Sermon and Brandon Ayuk were all clubbing together probably because they all got that weird week one benching. But I don't know, man. Dawson Knox over 23.5 yards receiving. I could see him getting that early on in the game, and then Emmanuel Sanders. He can get more looks than everybody. Yeah. What's his yards at? Because I got it at 46.5.
It's only one.
Yeah, no, that's definitely worth it. Yeah. After that, I wouldn't double up on props here because blowout situations never good for props.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you there. So, we'll stay away from that one at the moment. I do like Knox's receptions. It's just I feel like he's going to have like 2 in the first half, maybe 1 in the second half. And he'll be sweating for it a little bit, but I did like the value, so I grabbed it. Cardinals and the Rams. The Rams are 4.5-point favorites in a letdown spot here after coming off a huge win. The Cardinals, ready to prove themselves, but I think McVay is like some ridiculous 9-0 against the Cardinals or something in his lifetime. So it's a tough game. I know the sharps are probably on the Cardinals at this point, plus the 4.5. So, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough game to play. I'm probably going to stay away from the sides and just look at the props. What are your thoughts on this one?
Same here. If you were to ask me for my lean on this game for game lines, I would say the Rams. The way this offense just kind of has been operating and the way that they continue to just kind of get better throughout the weeks, I just think that it's going to be one of those fun offenses to watch this year. For the props, though, my favorite one, and it might have some juice to it, it's Tyler Higby at over 4.5 yards, 4.5 receptions. And then I don't know if you want to keep on playing with if you'd even want to add Cooper Kupp, at over 84.5 yards receiving, because at some point he's going to let us down. I just don't know. It's the part of when is it going to happen?
What about my guy Christian Kirk?
I have Christian Kirk on here as well at over 46.5 yards receiving.
43.5.
Ooh, okay. I like that as well. Matthew Stafford, though, his over 2.5 pass touchdowns was paying 227 on my book, and I liked it. I know Henderson's back this week, but I feel like McVay is just gonna turn this defense into Swiss cheese.
Yeah, it's the same here. Passing TDs 226. I had Kyler Murray over 275.5 yards passing as well, and Cooper Kupp over 6.5 receptions at $1.70. So those are the ones I liked.
What's Higby at right now for receptions? I just want to know because it was getting juiced on mine.
Right now, total reception 6.5, $1.70, so minus 130.
No, for Higby.
Oh, Higby, sorry. Higby,
it's right above Kupp.
Thanks. Same, $1.70, minus 30, minus 130.
Is there an alt?
Nope.
For Higby? I was gonna say, damn. Just receiving yards.
Receiving yards.
I mean, I'm willing to bet with Kyler Murray. I think he could have an outrageous game. Because what do you think the matchup's going to be with Hopkins and Ramsey?
Yeah, well, that's why we're going to go Kirk and we're going to go Kyler over yards. So a little stack.
Let's do it.
Little stack.
All right, just
there.
FYI, some of these later games, I didn't have so much available, so we might have to do some of this.
I got a winner right here.
Oh, perfect.
Seattle against the 49ers. The 49ers are 2.5-point favorites. I like the Seattle Seahawks in this game to win it out. They cannot lose this game. Seattle Seahawks lose this game, it is a deep hole to climb out of, and they have to come in this game having Russell Wilson cook, do all that, everything he needs to do to win this game. So I'm on DK Metcalf receiving yards, and it's going over. And there's nothing the San Francisco secondary can do about it. They're banged up. They're hurt. DK Metcalf looked like an absolute stud last week. Lockett's a little bit banged up. I'm sure he's set to play, but I like Metcalf over 77.5. I got it yesterday at 75.5. I like it all the way up to about 80 or 79.5. I think he gets 80 plus in this game very easily.
Just taking a quick look at the lines right now. Another play that I really like, just because I think it's a divisional game. He seems to always kind of come up big in these games. I feel like they're going to try to get him involved, especially if DK's playing bully ball on the other side. Let's go with the 49ers bully, George Kittle over 62.5 yards receiving.
Kittle.
I'm cool with Metcalf though, because I know Kittle's questionable, and there's that situation because they have a hard time getting them involved because he's a really good blocker. But I also do like George Kittle.
I don't love Kittle as much. I'm sorry.
I'm with you on Metcalf though.
All right, we'll keep Metcalf in the Power Parlay, and we will move on from that game, and we head to my guy Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens playing against the Denver Broncos. The Ravens started out this week as underdogs in this game. It has flipped to a 1-point Ravens handicap. I like the Ravens in this game. What do you like as far as sides or props in this one?
I'm with you on the Ravens winning this game. If you got them as underdogs, good for you. If not, I still think -1 is still a really good value at that point. For the props, there was two that really caught my eye. I wanted to kind of pick your brain. I know it's the Broncos. It's which defense was it, real quick, that has faced weaker opponents? Was it the Panthers defense or the Broncos defense?
I think the Broncos opponents are, I want to say, no, Carolina's was 0-9, weren't they?
I don't remember. They faced the Giants, so that's one. They faced the Jets. Okay, so yeah, it was the Panthers.
Yeah.
Even though the Broncos secondary is a stout unit, I think though they're going to play great. I still see see, Mark Andrews at 47.5. I know he had a big game last week. I still think he's going to get a lot of looks as well. And then another line that I thought was interesting was Sammy Watkins at 37.5, because I think the lowest he had in a game this season was like 40 something. So let me just take a quick look. Yeah, his lowest.
6.5.
Yeah. Oh, so just for context, week 1 and like 2 and 3 respectively, 8 targets, 4 receptions, 96 yards. Week 2, 7 targets, 4 receptions, and 44 yards. And then week 3, 7 targets, 4 receptions, and 68 yards. So he's definitely been a consistent target for Lamar.
The only issue is Rashad Bateman playing?
Let me go on to handy dandy Google. See what they're saying.
So I have oh, and by the way, the Broncos have played the Jets, Jags, and Giants. So
okay, so it was their defense that was
and
okay,
they basically won a game. Their opponents. So that being said, I like Lamar Jackson's over 10.5 rushes. That is paying $1.91. And I like Mark Andrews over 48.5 because I think they started clicking last week. I think you can take advantage of this Broncos defense up the middle a little bit, and instead of the outside guys. So I kind of like I like Mark Andrews over 48.5, and I like Lamar's over rushing attempts.
I think this is a good game and good set of props to double up with Mark Andrews and Lamar's attempts.
If I could only do that, I would love that.
Oh, you can't do both?
Nah, see this little thing right here, single game multi thing. I can only do one of those.
Damn.
But
I mean, Mark Andrews is definitely oh, they do have Lamar.
Well, I feel like it's too many tight ends.
That's true.
I'm scared. All right, we'll do Lamar Jackson over 10.5 rush attempts, $1.91. It's pretty good value.
All right.
We'll take that, and we'll move on from that game. And we got the Green Bay Packers versus the team that needs to sign Cam Newton yesterday. So that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are getting 6.5 points. Oh, man. Dude, I don't know how you do it as a Steeler fan watching this team.
Oh, man.
I feel like if they just had average quarterback play, they would be so much better.
I know it's a tough situation because it's like, do you really push out Ben? Because I saw a conversation that said, or a video that said, if you ask Ben if he could go this year, he's an athlete, he's a competitive athlete, he's gonna say he can, but was that the smart play? And look, Ben's brought so much fucking joy to my life over the years as a sports fan.
Me too, as a Patriots
If this
fan.
is the Swan, yeah, I bet he has. As I can't wait for Brady to show you some love this weekend. But yeah, I mean, look, if Ben's swan song is going to be a lackluster finale, then I'd rather just let him have it. Just sucks though, because Najee's first year, this defense being as good as it is, injured right now because Watt and Tuitt and a few other guys are out. But yeah, man. I mean, I would kind of lean the spread for the Steelers, but I could see the Packers covering, man.
That was so poetic, and I know Big Ben's watching this and crying inside, but he's gonna come out for you and try to do his best he can.
No, I hope he's sleeping so he's rested for tomorrow.
All right, what props do you like in this game? So I had Aaron Rodgers over 254.5 yards passing. That seems really low. That's $1.88. So, did you like anything else?
I really like Devontae Adams at over 92.5 yards receiving. the Pittsburgh Steelers offense has not been able to sustain long drives, which has put this defense in very compromising positions, just being on the field too much. So I feel like Rodgers and Adams should have a good statistical performance.
Yeah, I just
look at you looking at tight ends again.
It's 92.5. Najee is at 36.5.
What's his reception?
19 targets again. Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm definitely not betting. 5.5. $2.31.
Oh wow, that was at 3.5 the other day.
Oh yeah, it got smoked up. That's for sure. Yeah. So, what do you think?
I mean, I like Devontae Adams, but if you want to go with Rodgers, I like that play as well.
I'm gonna go with Rodgers. Devontae Adams. I mean,
dude, everyone in Steelers Twitter is like hyping up the fact that Aaron Rodgers was saying nice things about Pittsburgh. So like, I'm just like, can everybody just relax? Everyone's like, Rodgers going to be a Steeler next year. I'm like, let's slow it down, guys. Let's not turn into Nick's Twitter.
All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at New England Patriots. My Patriots are getting 7 points. This game is really weird. Do not bet this game. If you got Tampa Bay at 5.5, good job. You bet it properly. Now it's at 7, and they just keep inviting money to the 7. So they haven't moved it to 7.5. They haven't moved it to 8. But apparently this is the most bet football game ever. So, and that they haven't moved the line, and all the money's on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Stay away.
Do you think there's a chance the Patriots can win?
I don't know, man. I think it's a little bit of a pipe dream, but I could see that. Like, I heard like Belichick kind of just slow played last week and was like, whatever. Like, they bring out all their tricks and everything.
Bring out all the stops for week 4.
Yeah, they just kind of just run an entirely different offense and defensive scheme. And I can see them playing Lamar. Tons of man in this game, forcing Brady to hold on to the ball and just trying to get some pressure on him and doing stuff like that. So, yeah, I think all the stops are up. I think this is basically a playoff game. They're going to treat it like a playoff game.
Are you sad that Gronk's not going to be with Brady for his return?
I'm happy that he's not going
to be there. All right, man. For props, there are 4 that I liked. One I liked was no, my fucking table just like it's one of those adjustable tables.
Oh, it's all good.
But let me just adjust this. I liked Tom Brady, and I hate to dig into the whole revenge narrative or the all that, but I like Tom Brady over 2.5 passing touchdowns. I think it was paying like $1.96 or something, 92 when I got it. I like Antonio Brown over 55.5 yards receiving. It's one of those games where I think Brown's gonna get a lot of looks. Damian Harris under 45.5 yards rushing. The Bucs defense has been stout. People just pass on them, but they don't really run really well on them. So I like the under there. And then Chris Godwin over 5.5 receptions, paying $2 when I got it.
Tom Brady rushing looks really nice to me right now. 0.5.
Let's just see what the GOAT's rushing.
He's got a sneak one, right, for a yard.
I feel like that's kind of inevitable, and he's had 6 and 14 in the last 2 weeks. He didn't have a single carry the week 1. Ooh, oh. What if Brady gets 1 yard, or he gets that 1 yard, but then he kneels and he loses that 1 yard?
Yeah, true. We'll stay away from the Power Parlay, but I do like that one a little bit. So I gave out Tom Brady passing yards early in the week at 297.5. It's now up 305.5. So that's above my threshold. So I'm out on that one. As for receiving props, I really like Mike Evans in this game. I know you like AB. I like Mike Evans. He's up to 63.5 though. It was 57.5 early in the week. I still like it. I think they're going to try to take away Godwin. I think they'll probably have.
Did Bill text you?
Yeah. They probably have Jaylen Mills on Mike Evans, which I feel is a nightmare matchup for the Patriots. So I like Mike Evans over 63.5 yards receiving. Nelson Aguilar, 42.5 is very interesting. Jacoby Myers has been gassed up to 63.5. So I do think the Patriots are going to have to throw in this game. So Jonnu Smith, 26.5 is interesting. Hunter Henry, 28.5 is very interesting.
Oh, that's
even,
actually a good line for Hunter. He was at 31.5 on my book, and that was a little too high for me, only because he's hit the over on the 20 ranges. I don't know if I feel comfortable enough on the 30 ranges for Henry.
Yeah, so what are we going with?
I don't know, man. I just see Tom Brady throwing at least 3 touchdowns on this game.
If he
or do you
throws 3
think
touchdowns, Patriots are in trouble. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I like that one. I might be falling into the revenge narrative, but is Antonio Brown still at 55.5?
Antonio Brown is at 55.5, yes.
Okay.
You want to take Antonio Brown or Mike Evans?
You know what, man? This game, you got some heart and some heartstrings that are going to be pulled, man. You could make the call on this one.
I'll say we go Mike. He's a matchup problem. Patriots don't have a big corner to match up with him. I think Brady will use him a lot. And, yeah, I think that's the toughest matchup.
Lattimore got traded to the Patriots?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Come on, man. Don't do that.
J.C. Jackson and Lattimore.
Just anyone other than Jaylen Mills. That'd be great. The last game of Monday night, if I can find it.
We're above. Right there. Oh, damn. Where'd he go?
All right, here we go. Vegas and the Chargers. The Chargers are 3-point favorites in this one. Very interesting game. I think there's going to be a lot of Raider fans there. I'm guessing so. You know how Raiders Nation likes to travel. So
it's anybody that goes to anybody that the Chargers play against. LA and San Diego have not done a great job. Well, let's just say LA for now. LA's not done a good job of getting there for them, because I remember a Steeler game I went there. It felt like I was in Heinz Field. It didn't feel like I was at StubHub.
Yeah, you need to do an article. You need to go out there and do another article on the crowd dynamics there in LA in the new stadium.
Now the Rams don't got any problems right now, but it's because they look good. But the LA community is very picky.
Yeah. So with this game, you got Justin Herbert 292.5, Derek Carr at 281.5. Is there anything that you liked specifically with the quarterbacks, or was there a rushing or receiving prop that you liked and that we can put in this parlay and finish it off?
So I had quite a bit that I liked. Kind of see if you have any similar ones, but you said Derek Carr at 283.5. I liked him at I got him at 281.5 over pass yards, over 23.5 pass completions. Darren Waller over 68.5 yards receiving. Bryan Edwards both receptions at over 2.5 and receiving yards at 35.5. Hunter Renfrow, that was another one at over 4.5 yards. Over 4.5 receptions.
Yeah.
Henry Ruggs over 46.5 yards receiving. Austin Eckler over 36.5 yards receiving. All right. And Mike Williams over 6. So I liked a lot in this game.
I think Renfrow 5 catches is perfect.
It's a nice little safe way to end the week if we make it that far.
Yeah, exactly. I think. Let's just look at his stats real quick, his game logs.
No, he's hit the over on that every game.
6.55. He's actually his
And
yards would
target-wise?
probably be his yards are super
Probably
low.
safer. What's it
Yeah.
at?
46.5.
That might even be the safer play because I think the receptions is the closest
tough.
thing you'd want to say to a lock.
Yeah.
So I think the receiving yards, I think I could see him busting out one and getting in 3 completions as opposed to getting the 5. So I like that. I like the yards a little more.
All right. We'll put Hunter in, and that gives us an all-in. Can you see it?
Let's see. What are we at?
41,685 to 1 odds. We can power play it this week.
Ooh, let's see what
49,000.
49,000. That puts us at a grand total of like quarter mil.
$250,000.
Yeah,
$250,000.
something light.
Yeah, something light. So we'll do that.
A little weekend money.
Yeah, a little weekend money, a little vacation money there. So I really appreciate your time coming on during my vacation time and doing a little power parlay. We got it in under an hour, which is always good.
Yeah.
You can find Alex on Twitter at _Alex Valdez. You can find me at CMoney52. Our DMs are always open. So if you have any questions, any player props, hit us up. Let us know what you're on. And we're always here for you guys. Yeah, and thank you, and we'll talk to you later, Alex.
All right, thanks, man.
See ya.